Hello? Thank you everyone for coming today. Before we begin, I'm just going to ask that everyone please remain on the grass. Thank you for doing that already. We're going to avoid standing by the stairs or any sidewalk. We're going to stay on the grass. Congressman Pascrell, we stand before your office today because it has now been 33 days since the beginning of the Israeli siege and bombardment of the people of Gaza. Every day we awake to more deaths and more horrors. We have been trying to make our voices heard, screaming to deaf ears. Do you simply choose not to hear? Do you choose to not see the baby whose brain was completely dismembered from his body? Do you choose not to see the father struggling to pick up pieces of his dead children? Do you choose not to witness a group of children holding a press conference from a hospital that they are being housed in because their homes have been bombed? Do you choose to look at us all in plain in the face and tell us that we are the terrorists, that we are the hateful ones, that we are the ones on the wrong side of history? Yesterday, we released a statement in regard to the unjust censor resolution that was passed against our Honorable Congresswoman Rashida Tlaib in an effort to silence her and to silence us all and to silence the truth. What we are seeing in our country and from our representatives is that our bodies and our people do not matter. In their own silence and their efforts to silence us, they are telling us that our deaths do not matter. But I want to urge each and every one of you to not let this deter you. Do not let this desensitize you. The death toll is climbing, over 1,200 now, but they are more than just numbers. I spend my days and nights watching and listening to the stories. The woman who refused to wash her hands of her son's blood because it was all she had left of him. The journalist, Mohammed Alul, who lost all 4 of his children, brothers and nieces and nephews. They were living in a refugee camp. Plessia, a journalist in her 20s, gifting her cousins bracelet kits because they wanted to make bracelets for every family member to write their names on them. Their smiles lit up when she got them because now when they die, people will be able to identify them. Dina, who has been coming to our center. Dina, who has been coming to our center, desperate for any help because she wants her children to make it out of Gaza alive. She told us days ago about how she recorded their voices while speaking to them so that she can keep it as a memory just in case. They are not numbers. They are human beings who are living happy lives and who want and deserve to continue to live happy lives. Each and every minute of complicity and silence is another innocent life lost. We have lost more than enough in this illegal genocide against the people of Gaza. Palestine is not an isolated issue. A threat to Palestine is a threat to all of us. It is a threat to freedom and a threat to our humanity. There has been a shift in the narrative. People are waking up. You cannot see the photos and the stories like the ones we will be listening to today and remain silent. I have connected and met individuals of all walks of life in these few weeks alone that are all saying the same thing. We refuse to fund genocide. We demand a ceasefire. We demand an end to the killing. today, as we said, is going to be a silent protest. We have a table with tape that will have written on it, "End the ceasefire," if you'd like to get a piece of tape and put it on your mouth. Today, what we'll be welcoming, the Palestinians of Gaza, and we are going to be centering our stories on them. I would like to start with Yasmina Rashid, who is a constituent of Congressman Bill Pascrell and originally from Gaza. I'm sorry, Dalal. Yasmina's not here yet. She'll be joining us later. I'll be starting with Dalal Abu Asi, who is a constituent of Congressman Bill Pascrell. She has had at least 40 members of her family killed by Israeli airstrikes.
السلام عليكم ورحمة الله. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم والحمد لله من قبل ومن بعد. My name is Dalal Abu Asi, immigrated from Gaza 30 years ago. And I have called Patterson my home for the last 30 years. I finished university over here. I raised 3 boys and now men over here. I have worked here and made a life for myself here. I came here today to deliver a message to Congressman Bill Pascrell. As your resident in your district and as your constituent, I urge you to call for a ceasefire in Gaza now. It pains me that I must even stand before you today to make a case as to why we are human and why my people deserve life. Yesterday afternoon, I received a news that my niece passed away as a result of her wounds. She and my sister's family were hit by an Israeli air missile. This missile was funded by our tax dollars. My sister lost 9 members of her family, and my niece, who initially survived, had to have her arm amputated and lost her eye. My 4 sisters and their families are still in Gaza. My father and my mother, all my brothers, my husband's entire family are also in Gaza, including all of his siblings and their families. We have had so much loss in this last month. I can't even function. I can't eat, I can't think. I wake up every morning at sunrise, and the first thing I do, as a lot of you too, the first thing we do is to check on my family. The last thing I do before I go to sleep is to check in with them again, to make sure that they are surviving another day. I'm constantly checking and rechecking the news to hear if anything new happened. We have lost so many family members that after 41 members, we just stopped counting. The situation on the ground is horrific. If they were not killed by the continuous bombardment of the air missiles, bombs, and the white phosphorus, they are slowly dying now from starvation. Yesterday, my nephew stood for 6 hours in the line at the bakery to get one loaf of bread. I need you to understand, 6 hours for 1 loaf of bread. He walked away from the bakery only for some kids to grab it and run. This is starvation. This is desperation. People are starving. They do not have clean water. They only have salty water since they are living exactly next to the sea. A lot of their water is contaminated. They literally are waiting for rain to fall so they can get some water. The bakeries, hospitals, schools, and any safe place is being destroyed. My family, who once used to live in residential buildings together, they are now scattered all over the place, waiting for death. This must stop. This is a humanitarian disaster. Civilians, children, women, pregnant mothers, fathers, grandmothers, and grandfathers are being killed. Families are being wiped off the face of the earth. Congressman Bill Pascrell, you must stop this. You must support ceasefire now. Thank you so much. Pray for Gaza. Long live Gaza.
Thank you. Next, I'm going to ask Yasmina Rashid to join us. She's from Gaza and has relatives that are in Gaza right now.
بسم الله والحمد لله والصلاة والسلام على رسول الله رب اشرح لي صدري ويسر لي أمري واحلل عقدة من لساني يفقهوا قولي. Assalamu alaikum. It has been a very difficult month seeing all of the devastation caused by Israel's blatant and ruthless genocide towards the Palestinians in Gaza. With the martyr toll reaching over 10,000, my family has not been untouched. I don't have enough time standing up here to tell you about all of those we've lost. And quite frankly, I wouldn't know much to say since many I've never met. My first cousin Dima is 21 years old. She just got married to the love of her life this past August. Anyone who saw them said they were head over heels for each other. Just this past Monday, her husband, his mother, his sister, his 3 kids, and a niece from another sister were killed by an Israeli airstrike targeting their house. There's also a sister in critical condition, and we pray for her full recovery. SubhanAllah, Dima was visiting my aunt, her mother, the day the war started, and so she hasn't been able to come back home to her husband since. She is alive solely because of Allah's will. Inna lillahi wa inna ilayhi raji'un. Allah yarhamhum, and may they all reunite in Jannat al-Firdaus. Dima's sister, Rana, my other cousin, she's my age. She has a 7-year-old daughter. She's an amazing mother and a beautiful soul. Rana lost her best friend, Aya. She described Aya as her best companion, her soulmate, and the closest person to her heart. I want to read to you a Facebook post written by Rana after she lost family members, her best friend, her brother-in-law, his family, and others. She wrote this in Arabic and I translated it in English. They killed us 1,000 times. No, 1,000,000 times. With every martyr that rose, with every voice under the rubble screaming with no answer back. They killed us with every body, with every wound that bled and was not bandaged. They killed us with every friend who left before us and with every loved one who passed away. They killed us with every tear a mother drops over her children, with every wife waiting for her husband to return, with every sleeping child who swallows his fear and suppresses it. They killed us with every look of fear in the eyes of our children searching for safety, and the helplessness consumes us. With every house that carried memories, wishes, and refuge that they destroyed without a thought. With every love story that was not completed. With every murderous sound that makes us think that our turn has come. They killed us with the betrayal of the Arabs on our bloodshed by neglecting us, remaining silent, and not acting. They killed us with the words smothered and stuck in our throats. Our souls were killed a long time ago, but our bodies continued to breathe. The announcements of our deaths is old news, as they have killed us all 1,000 times. No, 1,000,000 times. Thank you.
Thank you, Yasmina. Before I call up our next speaker, I want to turn your attention towards the grass. One of our community members has made the bags, and if you notice, they all have names on them. We want to stress to you that the individuals that are being killed every day are people. They had families and they had homes and they had loved ones. Behind those bags is a scroll. This was made days ago. By now, the list has probably gone longer. These are all the names of those killed just in these 33 days. And again, the list has probably already gotten longer. Now I'd like to welcome Dua Abu Faris. Her father is in Gaza, and the rest of her family is there as well. She'll be speaking to us today.
Hello, Assalamu alaikum. My name is Dua Faris. My father, a United States American citizen and a constituent of Congressman Bill Pascrell, is currently stuck in Gaza with the 2.2 million Palestinians who are under an illegal military blockade and siege, who are being attacked in every way possible and literally being starved to death. My father had gone to Gaza to spend time with his family. His return ticket was for October 20. Today is November 9th, and I don't know if he's going to live another day. And I don't know if he is ever going to make it home. Last week, some American citizens were evacuated from Gaza after nearly a month of continuous bombardment on all fronts. My father made the difficult decision of staying behind with his family and not accepting any assistance to try to get out. My father, who I have looked up to my entire life, has chosen not to leave because he believes, and I quote, "My life shouldn't be more valuable than the Palestinians just because I am an American citizen. I will not leave my own brothers, my own sisters, my own nieces and nephews, my own mother to save my own life. If they die, I die with them. I need Congressman Pascrell to support a ceasefire now. I need my father to stay alive. I need him to come home." As I speak, I don't know if my father is alive or dead. The last time I spoke to him, he was in northern Gaza with my uncles and cousins. They have been consistently getting hit with missiles, airstrikes, barrel bombs, and white phosphorus. Any day, any time, any second, he could be gone, and I would not even know it. I don't know if he's not answering me because he was killed or because he doesn't have internet access. I stay up at night, every night, praying and hoping he comes home safely. I am waiting by my phone, always waiting to see his text or to hear his voice. Israel told the people in North Gaza to evacuate to South Gaza. Israel has been bombing any route to South Gaza and has been carpet bombing South Gaza. They sent flyers to those who stayed in North Gaza, threatening that they would be targeted and killed. There is no safe place in Gaza. They have bombed every place where people take refuge. They have left nowhere safe. Every hour, at least 14 Palestinians are killed. Every 15 minutes, one Palestinian child is killed. On October 17, my aunt's husband, Wasim, and his entire family were killed by an Israeli airstrike, leaving Dania, a 5-year-old, and Maria, a 3-year-old, fatherless. They are killing innocent people, men, women, children, a 4-year-old, a 6-year-old, a 13-year-old, a 4-month-old baby. This is the ethnic cleansing of the Palestinian people. This is genocide. And this genocide is being funded by our tax dollars. We must not be silenced. We must speak up as loud as we can. We must demand that our politicians get on the right side of history. We need a ceasefire now. We need an end to the 75-year-long military occupation now. We need humanitarian aid to enter Gaza now. We need a free Palestine now. Thank you.
Thank you, Da'a. Our next speaker has family that are not in Gaza but in the West Bank, like many of us. In the West Bank, although they aren't being bombed, people are being abducted, being imprisoned, and being killed. Our next speaker, Yusra Matari, just lost her cousin, who was only, I'm looking at his age. So she lost her first cousin, Mus'ab Mujahid al-Matari, in the West Bank village of Beit Anan. Yusra.
Assalamu alaikum. I want to start off by saying I am not a political person. I am just a proud American, a constituent in this state, and a proud Palestinian. I was born in Jerusalem. I grew up in the village of Beit Anan and came to the United States at the age of 9, where I went to school 9 here in the city of Patterson. In the 2020 elections, I exercised a very important right to vote. And I followed the vote blue no matter who. I voted for all these Democrats to take their seats to help resolve my American issues. I wanted student loan forgiveness, better maternity leave, better health care, better housing market. And I thought about Palestine and how most politicians, if not all, either do not support Palestine or they are silent about it. And I thought, at the very least, if I voted for Democrats, they will not help us, but they will not hurt us. And the last 33 days have shown me how gravely wrong I was, because it's this very Democrats, this very Mr. Bill Pascrell, who has not yet, as of 33 days, called for a ceasefire, who hurt us. And it was my vote who put him in office. And I feel utter betrayal by them. And I want the Democrats to know that they have exploited us. They have used our votes only to turn their backs on us. And we see them, we take notice, and we will take action. We see here the Muslim and Arab community. We ask you, Bill Pascrell, to hear us or else. Look at our organization of Muslim and Arab communities, but also look at the other community members who join us, our allies, the Black community, the Hispanic community, the Asian community, the Puerto Rican community, the indigenous community. No longer will you take our votes for granted. We voted in 2020, and fast forward, last year in 2022, none of those promises made for the student loan forgiveness or for better maternity leave was fulfilled. I am still paying my predatory loans. I had a baby in 2022, and the way the USA treats mothers is atrocious. In 2022, from the stress of this economy and the American way of life, I genuinely thought, I want to go live in Palestine. I want to go to a little village, live a humble life. And I thought about it, but there was a very, very heartbreaking fact that made me stop. And it's the fact that I am a mother of Palestinian children. And the fact is Palestinian children are targeted, hurt, arrested, and murdered just because they are Palestinian. I thought of my children going to visit a friend, the corner store, grandma's house, or walk to school in a little village in Palestine and not make it back because they are Palestinian. And Palestinian children are born with a death sentence and a target on their back. I could risk my own life to be in my land because my blood is in that Palestinian land, and that land is in my Palestinian blood, no matter where I go. But thinking of my children, I had to reconsider. The last 33 days, I've been glued to my phone day and night, 11 plus hours, seeing with horror as Palestinian innocent men, women, and children get murdered in cold blood. Just like most of you, I can barely eat, drink, do my work, or sleep without nightmares. My family is from the West Bank. I have family in Beit Anan, Jania, Ras Karkar, and through my husband in Nablus and Jeet and other surrounding Nablus villages. as there is an uptick in the West Bank in violence in not only Gaza, but all over Palestinian land. I wake up every morning holding my breath, terrified to hear bad news from my family. And as each day goes by, I know it's just a matter of time. It's inevitable. This Monday, November 6th, I got the call. I was filled with dread hearing my sister's voice. Our cousin, Mus'ab Mujahid Mutari, a 20-year-old young man, was killed in his village and on his land by Israeli soldiers. He was with a group of our other cousins and friends and brothers. He was just going to hang out and do a little barbecue on his land because they were shut in with all the checkpoints. There's nothing to do, so he wanted to hang out with his friend. And as they approached their land, the Israeli soldiers were there. And the Israeli soldiers saw them before my cousin Mus'ab and his brothers and cousins saw them. When they saw the soldiers, they started running. They are unarmed. They have done no harm. And they started running, and Mus'ab was shot in the back. But the cruelty does not end there. The soldiers dragged his body and held him for 2 hours, not allowing paramedics to reach him so that he could bleed out. And he bled out and died. This 20-year-old had his whole life ahead of him, killed just like that. And our tax dollars funded his cold-blooded murder. All I can think about as a mother of Palestinian children is of his father and mother. His mother's screams that scar the heart because of the sound of absolute pain, personified in every shriek and wail. His mother going home to what is Mus'ab's bed, clothes, belongings, empty chair, and he is not there. He is in Jannah, inshallah. She has just been sentenced to a life of pain and agony over the loss of her precious child. So I look to my Democratic representatives. How dare you? How dare you support the blood murder of my people and my family? Our grieving is endless, and you exploit us for votes and then turn your backs on us. We will organize and mobilize against every representative, congressman, or elected official who does not support peace for Palestine. If our cries fall on deaf ears, then we have to change those ears to those of people with humanity, for those who will listen, because they actually care about children. Bill Pascrell, demand a ceasefire now. Demand the U.S. stop funding the murder of my family now. And as always, free Palestine.
Thank you, Yusra. Mona Aburadi's parents are American citizens and flew back to the U.S. just yesterday after they were trapped in Gaza and underwent several failed attempts at evacuation. She and her family are having a very difficult time processing their experience. So I'm going to ask Rania Mustafa, our executive director, to be reading a statement on their behalf.
As Basma said, there are hundreds of Americans that are stuck in Gaza. And as Du'a said, because they're American, that doesn't make them because they're American doesn't make them more deserving of freedom than their Palestinian brothers and sisters. And Mona Aburadi is one of the cases or one of the families that we've been trying to advocate for. For as Yusra said, as our elected officials are not doing enough. They are not doing enough. They have blood on their hands and they will answer to us. And so today I'm going to be reading a statement that Mona Aburadi's family wrote, Mona Aburadi wrote on behalf of her family to explain what they were put through. My parents, so this is on behalf of Mona Aburadi. My parents, Sabah and Abid Aburadi, are 60 and 64. They are Newark, New Jersey residents. They have experienced the most traumatizing events of their lives in the past month. My parents arrived in Gaza on September 25th, 2023, They were extremely excited to go back home and be around their families, especially my grandmother, who has not been doing well for the past few months. My entire family is from Gaza, aunts, uncles, cousins, and extended family members. The war in Gaza was extremely unexpected. My parents were there for about a week before things started to go downhill. It all started when my parents were walking down the street from their home in Gaza to go to the beach. It was part of their morning routine where they'd walk by the beach at sunrise and have breakfast afterwards. As they walked down the street of my grandmother's house, they noticed the sound of something sort of swishing through the sky. My mom looked up at the sky and immediately noticed over 5 missiles flying through the sky. She looked at my father and then they froze. "What is that?" my mother asked. My father tried to remain calm and hid under a tree. Just a few seconds later, everyone around them automatically went into panic mode. They realized something was extremely wrong. My parents described the scene as a nightmare. Dust was everywhere, all over their clothing and in the air. Everyone was running for their lives and going into nearby stores to take cover. My parents held hands and quickly ran into a nearby bakery. The workers in the bakery said they believed that a war was beginning. My mother said she felt her heart drop. All the plans they had with their families for the next month were officially crushed. Their fear of what's to come grew. Their children being across the world in the US broke them. We immediately saw the news. Our hearts and minds could not bear the news. A war right now, out of nowhere, with my parents there. Thinking about my parents being in their 60s, retired with relaxing, peaceful lives in America was gut-wrenching. How can they get through this? How bad will it get? We messaged our parents, "Mom, Dad, are you okay?" My dad replied, "We believe a war just began. I think we are safe, though, do not worry." Little did they know that the situation would just get worse day by day. At this point, the Rafah border, which is the only exit way from Gaza, was still open. However, my parents were unable to leave because it wasn't their turn to leave yet. According to border officials, they needed to wait until October 24th. My parents did not think the situation would have escalated so quickly, and by Monday, they called officials at the border, begging to allow them to leave before their assigned date. The man over the phone told them, "Okay, I might be able to let you leave Tuesday the 10th. Just be on standby." Tuesday comes, my parents helplessly wait by their house door with their luggage. They receive a call that the border has been bombed, forced to close, and they will not be able to leave. Every hour that went by, the situation just got worse. The more it became dangerous. My grandmother's home received a call to immediately evacuate as a home nearby was bombed. They scrambled, left everything behind, and went to a nearby uncle's home. The next day, my uncle's house received a call to evacuate as well. They risked their lives making it to the next home. The area was also called to evacuate. At this point, they have been running for their lives every day, trying to take cover and protect themselves. They left everything behind and had nothing but medications and their American passports. They began to receive paper letters from the sky telling them to leave the entire northern area and head to the middle or the south. My parents took the chance and went to evacuate with their family to the Nusayrat refugee camp, where they spent over 21 days. They thought they were semi-safe until water, food, and basic life necessities became extremely scarce. At this point, they were doing what they can with the little amount of resources they had left. My parents described their experience as being close to death every minute of the day. They felt death around them. They had no hope that they'd be able to survive this. Bombs and missiles were thrown everywhere. Homes, bakeries, stores, schools, hospitals, everything was bombed. Everything sounded so close, they never really knew where the missiles would land, as they all felt so close and above the roof of their home. My grandmother's heart complications have grown tremendously during this month. She feels like her heart stops with every bomb she hears. They get no more than 1 hour of sleep a night. The way they shared small portions of water and prioritized the elderly and children hurt me. They experienced and went through something many people could never get through. On the other hand, from the other side of the world, my siblings and I did everything in our power to make our voices heard. We tried everything we could to help evacuate my parents alongside hundreds of other American citizens. Until now, I cannot believe the agony, pain, and humiliation we had to endure to beg for our parents' lives. I called the State Department more than twice with an abundance of emails desperate for answers. every single time I received the same devastating message. We have no new information regarding the Rafah crossing. A few instances, I received a response stating there's a travel advisory for Gaza, implying that my parents pretty much took the risk and went there anyway. It was devastating beyond words. Almost 30 days of taking desperate measures. I called our Congress office, the Senate's office, lawyers, and so much more. No help, no advice, and no hope. Over 3 instances, the U.S. State Department ordered people to go to the Rafah border and it will be open. I cannot believe all the 3 emails from the Department of State were false information. My parents' lives were risked on every one of these occasions. My parents felt like the U.S. government failed them in every way. My father worked for over 40 years in America, paying taxes and working hard to provide for my family, only to not be cared about in such a difficult situation. Why were their lives less valuable? Why was it important to evacuate U.S. citizens from Israel and other places, but a blind eye was turned towards Palestinian Americans in Gaza? In addition, finding transportation was extremely difficult for them as people were not willing to risk their lives and fuel was scarce. Getting into these vehicles and making their ways to the border was a disaster. Constant bombs and missiles around them, broken roads, people running for safety, just something you wouldn't even see in a movie. The first 3 times they arrived at the border, they were surrounded by hundreds of other foreigners, including U.S. citizens, who were desperate to leave and reunite with their families. They waited for hours upon hours in the heat, sounds of warplanes above their heads, sounds of missiles and bombs and terrifying things they couldn't identify coming down around them. My siblings and I helplessly watched the news, which was live at the Rafah border, shaking, terrified, and hearing that there is no sign of the border opening. We sat and watched for hours as our families stood by the gate, helpless, waiting for it to open. The sun was slowly coming down and everyone got terrified and began to leave as the border was not opening. People carpooled and zoomed back to their homes in Gaza. We were helpless, sobbing, truly no words to describe our worry over my parents having to make their ways back into Gaza. We didn't even know if they would make it back. The only thought I can think is, how can the U.S. do this to their own citizens? How can they falsely claim that the border may be open? How can they send out officials' emails with such vague words? They gave people a specific time to evacuate, and it was all a gamble. People showed up with zero promised safety passageways. People still took those risks. My parents lost their flights and responsible for all the finances related to the misery. No assistance was given. Around the 26th to the 28th of this terrible nightmare we are still living in, the foreigners will be able to evacuate in the coming days. The first list was released on November 1st. The list included Jordanians and other foreigners who work for the UN. The list for November 2nd contained U.S. citizens. My dad was number 101 on this list. We did not see my mother's name at first, and the panic we felt was indescribable. She was number 155. My parents had zero access to this list as the internet was cut off and cellular connection was extremely limited. This list was released around 3:30 a.m. Gaza time. How in the world did they expect anyone to know this? We called my parents nonstop until they picked up their phones and told them, your name is on the list at the border by 7 a.m. They had less than 4 hours to prepare mentally, emotionally, and physically. They had to prepare for possible death, and on the way, no promised safe passageway. How to find transportation, and worst of all, saying goodbye to half of their loved ones that they knew they were leaving behind. With heavy hearts and sadness, my parents said goodbye to their families, my father's sick mother, his 5 sisters, 3 brothers, and many nieces and nephews. My mother did not get to see any of her family members. She was minutes away from them, but had to focus on getting to the border and staying alive. My mother lost 80 of her extended family members a day before, and her nephew, who was extremely special and close to her heart. With God's protection, they made it to the border. They waited and waited until they made it through. At last, my mother called us with extreme sadness and tears that they have officially made it to the Egyptian side and that they are alive. We're coming home, and I can't wait to hold you in my arms, she cried. The relief we felt and they felt is indescribable. The pain they feel for leaving their families' homes and no promise of ever seeing them again is beyond imaginable. Sleep has become difficult, eating is difficult, and the sound of bombs don't leave their minds. We have now lost contact with our family members in Gaza. In no way, shape, or form are we comfortable or doing okay knowing that they are living through this atrocity, starving, dehydrated, scared, sleep deprived. We are relieved for the safety of my parents, but we are not okay. We are broken, and my parents are broken. I haven't had the privilege of meeting them in person, and I'm crying. Imagine how they feel, which is why they couldn't come in person today, and I had the honor and privilege of reading this horrible message. This is one family, one story of the 2.2 million people in Gaza that are fighting for their lives every day. And if they're not dying from the bombs, they're dying from starvation or from lack of medical attention. It is on us to call our local officials to make this stop. We want a ceasefire now, and we want to see a free Palestine. With that, we're going to be reading, because this is a silent protest, even though I know we're all filled with anger and rage, and all we want to do is yell at the top of our lungs. We will show that silence is louder than words. And now we're going to be reading the names of those that were killed. And as you can see, the scroll with such a small font can't even fit all of the names of the people that were killed. So please, listen to the names, pray for them, and pray for a free Palestine. Thank you.
Thank you, Rania. Before I start reading the names, we have candles that we're going to be passing out. If you can get a candle and just have someone light it for you. There's tape as well, so you can write ceasefire now on the tape and put it on your mouths. Congressman Bill Pascrell has not endorsed the ceasefire resolution. Congressman Pascrell, you are aiding genocide. A humanitarian pause is not enough, and we are here today to demand more. We would like everyone to pass around the tape it over your mouths after writing ceasefire, and we'll begin the protest as we read the names. We want you to take this time to listen as we say the names of the people that have been killed. Think of the ones that are not even being counted because their bodies are under the rubble and unable to be rescued. Think of the ones that are now dying in hospitals because of inadequate resources that have been denied from them by Israel. Think of each and every name that is written in this scroll and every name that we say out loud. Think of them, pray for them, and promise yourselves that each and every one of us is going to continue to fight for them. Sorry, so I actually want to have one more speaker would like to say a few words today. Before we start listing the names, I'm going to ask a student to come up. If you're unaware, students in colleges and in schools are being threatened every day into silence as well. People here in America are being threatened with their jobs and their degrees and just for speaking up about Palestine. So I'm going to ask one student to come join us and speak a few words with us for us.
Hello, everybody. Everybody hear me? So, everybody can question why I have my mask on right now.
why I wasn't introduced with a name, why I wasn't introduced with where I go to school, why my introduction was not really an introduction. And it's because even while we've witnessed 10,000 people killed in Gaza, and as we're stuck with the images of these civilians and these fathers and these sisters and these children, while they're stuck with us every single day, we are still tormented here. Not just by the images, but by the actions taken by the people that we say or that we trust in our universities, in our schools, and in our public offices. Bill Pascrell was one out of a unanimous resolution in Congress that condemned what they called pro-Hamas and anti-Semitic student demonstrations on campuses, vilifying and openly condemning any pro-Palestinian demonstrations or organizations in campuses all across the country. This was a direct attack on us as students and on our families and on anybody who chooses to speak up for Palestine. We don't know how to act. We don't know what to say. We don't know if the next words or the next time we go out with a hatta on campus, if that's the last time that we'll be able to do that. We do not know. But regardless of these attacks on our humanity and on our rights as citizens and as students on college campuses, regardless of the fact that they want to silence us, that they want us to lay down and watch as thousands more die, we will not be afraid. We will not be silenced, and we will never lay down and die for our oppressors so that they can be satisfied with our silence and so that they can be satisfied with the fact that they have done nothing for us and that they're continuing to do nothing for us. But that won't matter because we will continue to do what we need for ourselves. We will continue to speak in our college campuses. We will continue to speak in front of their offices. And we will continue to post, to speak, to rally, because this is our right and we should not be afraid. We should not be afraid. Wallahi, if I put my place 1,000 times, kill me 1,000 times in place of one person in Gaza. One. Kill me 1,000 times and put me in their place. Because that's the position that we're in right now. We're afraid to speak and they're afraid for their lives every single day of whether they're gonna find another member of their family under rubble or whether they're going to be the next victim in an attack. So we have no reason whatsoever to be afraid to speak up. And we should never capitulate and lay down for those who want us to be silenced. Never. And inshallah, we will continue and we will continue to demonstrate and we will continue to speak on our campuses because with us and as a united front, we will see a free Palestine and we will get an immediate ceasefire. And the cowards like Bill Pascrell who want to vilify us, they will see the day. They will see the day. And I hope that anyone else who is so cowardly not to acknowledge our suffering will sit with the images of over 10,000 civilians in their dreams, in their days, for the rest of their lives and for their eternities. Thank you.
Thank you. I'm going to ask a few community members to join us. They're going to start reading the names off of the scrolls and of those that have passed away and that have been killed and murdered. I once again want to ask you, while they are reading these names, think of each and every person. Think of the ages of all those killed. Think of their families. Think of how they felt seeing their families being killed, the moment before they were killed, and all of those that are suffering now.
Assalamu alaikum, everybody. So before I begin reading the names, I just want to note that the first 88 names that we're going to be reading are all from the same family. So I think that says a lot about what Israel is doing. They are wiping out entire Palestinian families. I'm not going to say the last name every single time I read the name, but I just want to make you guys aware that the first 88 names we're reading are from the same exact family. عائشة خليل حمدان الأسطل. وحفة عبد الله حسين الأسطل. إبراهيم حميد حسين. محمد سليمان تركي. نادية ياسين حسين. سلوى محمد خليل. هناء إبراهيم نعيم. سليمان محمد سليمان. يسري أحمد يوسف. شفيقة شهيدة بهري. أنور محمد علي. وائلة أحمد مصطفى. وائل أحمد مصطفى. مروة يوسف محمد. عبد الله موسى محمد. وجدان أحمد مصطفى. رمزي عبد الكريم مصطفى. سهير أحمد أحمد. محمد كمال محمد. نداء عبد الحميد سعيد. علا توفيق عبد القادر. حسين أحمد عمر. هشام حسين ياسين. آلاء زكريا علي. عبد الله زكريا علي. محمد عبد المجيد. إفنان إبراهيم حميد. محمد أمين أحمد. سمر محمد سليمان. عمر زكريا علي. ماجد علي حامد. خليل عمر محمد. حمزة ناصر سليمان. أمل زكريا علي. أسامة محمد سليمان. حفصة ناصر سليمان. Those were just 40 names, and there's 600 names.
ماجدة محمد عبد المجيد. محمد محمود أحمد. محمد ناصر سليمان. ركان خالد محمد. سارة ناصر سليمان. سماح محمد سليمان. بلال أنور محمد. عبد الرحمن محمد أحمد. محمد رمزي عبد الكريم. سارة محمد سليمان. دانيا رافت عبد الكريم. أحمد خالد إبراهيم. أحمد وائل أحمد. عبير محمود أحمد. محمد علي زكريا. فاطمة ناصر سليمان. جنة محمد زكريا. زكريا علي زكريا. زين وائل أحمد. فدوى حسين أحمد. أحمد حسين أحمد. حياء وائل أحمد. رغد محمد زكريا. رحف رأفت عبد الكريم. عبد الكريم رأفت عبد الكريم، سما سليم ياسين، وئام ناصر سليمان، كريم رمزي عبد الكريم، مجد علي زكريا، لانا محمد زكريا، محمد وائل أحمد، أحمد رأفت عبد الكريم، سليمان حسين أحمد، يمين عبد الله زكريا، حاضر حسين أحمد، حياة عبد الله موسى.
جود حميد ناصر، جون يحيى يوسف، حمزة وائل أحمد، علي محمد زكريا، مروة حمزة ناصر، جنان حامد ناصر، ريان عبد الله زكريا، ميان يحيى يوسف، سلام وائل أحمد، ناجية عبد الإسماعيل، نعمة أحمد، صبحة إبراهيم مصطفى، شريف عطا إبراهيم، هاني عيسى سعيد، عماد عطا إبراهيم، علي حسن عبد الرحمن، نالي حمدي محمد، صالح علي صالح، سمر خليل حسين، نافين جميل محمود، سميحة نعيم فهمي، حسام أمين منيب، سماح نعيم حسني، راوة رياض مصطفى، حسن علي حسن، هالة ياسر فارس، رائد علي حسن، محمد جمال مصطفى، آية فراج، إلهام خليل رمضان، إسراء علي حسن، محمد علي حسن، حنين محمد إبراهيم، آلاء علي حسن، نهيل ناصر محمد، أميرة خليل رمضان، ريم ناهد جمال، خالد صالح علي، مؤمن علي حسن، محمد صلاح علي، عبد الرحمن محمد فادي حامد، شادي سهيل سعيد، مصطفى محمود خالد، صفا نزار جميل، أحمد مجدي أحمد، نسمة صالح علي. And every time we say these names, I really want you to think of every single one of them. Because they all had lives and they were all people and they were taken from us. آية خميس عطا، محمد فادي حامد، بسمة صالح علي، مها رامز أمين، عبد الرحمن محمد موتي، سارة صالح علي، عبد الله محمد فادي حامد، ملاك بلال محمد، أحمد حسام أمين، محمد بلال محمد، أحمد حسن علي، سامر أحمد محمد، محمد رامي محمد، نور وسام أمين، جنى أحمد محمد، آية حسام أمين، يزن رامي محمد فادي، هدى محمد فادي، نداء وسام أمين، علي محمد، جود حسن، منى أحمد محمد، سمر رامي محمد فادي، يزن محمد علي، شريف أشرف شريف، يوسف رامي محمد، عبد الله محمد فادي، سارة بلال محمد، آدم حسام أمين، صبحي حمدان صبحي.
نبين خالد صالح، فاطمة خليل محمود، Okay, the following 60 names are from the same family. فهمي محمد حمدان النجار، حمدان أحمد، أيمن شعبان شكري، حنان أحمد محمد، زهرة إبراهيم محمد سلمان شلدان، أمل حمادة خليل، سهيلة حسين حسن، رمضان إبراهيم سليمان، فتحية عبد الحافظ خليل، فاتن فوزي محمد فهمي محمد، سوزان صبحي عبد السلام، فراس فهمي محمد، حنين سعد مصطفى، خلود عطا محمد، مازن فوزي محمد، احترام حمدان، دعاء بشير عبد الكريم، سلمان أمين سلمان، سماح خضر صالح، محمود طلال عواد، محمد شلدان سلمان، غادة نبيل حسن، عفنان زكي جمعة، محمود شلدان سلمان، فرح سليمان سلمان، عبد الله معين سلمان، رنا أحمد عبد المجيد، روان شلدان سلمان، نديم سليمان سلمان، ربا شلدان سلمان، محمد حمدان، محمد أحمد محمود، سما فهد موسى، شهيد محمد حسين، عمر محمد فهمي، يزن سليمان سلمان، حكمة فهد موسى، عبد الرحمن محمد فهمي، وعد محمد حسين، محمود أحمد صالح، فرح نبيل حسن، فاطمة فراس فهمي، محمد فهد موسى، عبيدة فراس فهمي، سلمى محمد رسمي، عبيدة محمد رجا، معين سليمان معين، الإيمان فراس فهمي، فاطمة محمد فهمي، طولين محمد رجا، جود سليمان معين، آية صلاح الدين حمدان، يوسف محمد فهمي، سارة فراس فهمي، أنس محمد فهمي، عمر أحمد نواف، سند صلاح الدين حمدان، صفا سليمان سلمان، جوري عايد إسماعيل، مهرمان سليمان معين، آية أحمد نواف، زين الدين سليمان. That was النجار family.
Jamil Hafiz Hassan al-Masri. The following names are all from the same family, al-Masri family. Abdul Razik Hamid Eid, Malak Mahmoud Ibrahim, Ramadan Suleiman Yusuf, Intisar Jabed Muhammad, Maysoon Ali Aliyan, Mahmoud Suleiman Mahfouz, Yusri Ayesh Mahmoud, Maysara Mahmoud Ahmed, Sabah Muhammad Abdul Qadir, Walid Jihad Ramadan, Jahan Jasir Hassan, Muhammad Jamil Hafiz, Ramzi Abdul Razik Hamid, Ahmed Jamil Mustafa, Amani Jamil Hafiz, Ramadan Kamal Mustafa, Muhaim Mahir Khalil, Yasir Kamal Mustafa, Zainab Mahir Ahmed, Mahmoud Maysara Mahmoud, Wafa Nabil Mansour, Mahmoud Suleiman, Asma Jihad Suleiman, Mahmoud Hani Ahmed, Muhammad Mahmoud Suleiman, Salah Asad Mustafa, Ahmed Mahmoud Suleiman, Rida Walid Jihad, Subhiya Walid Jihad, لبنى محمد عطية، سمر عماد محمد، أحمد رمضان سليمان، محمد وليد جهاد، روان أنور جابر، محمود وليد جهاد، آية كمال مصطفى، عثمان حسن المصري، براء محمود سليمان، أحمد وليد جهاد، نضال وليد جهاد، عزام آنس، عبير محمد كمال، جنان وليد جهاد جميل فايز محمد، فاطمة الزهرة وليد جهاد، فريال محمد كمال، عبد الرازق رامز عبد الرازق، سماء رامز عبد الرازق، هادي محمد عبد الناصر، دانا شادي عبد السلام، أمير حمام سالم، حنزادة أحمد محمود، شام محمد عبد الناصر، أيمن أحمد رمضان، ياسمين رامز عبد الرازق، Maria Yasser Kamal. Once again, those were all the names from just Al Masri family.
Okay, so the next few names are going to be from Al Kurd family. Ahmed Ismail Muhammad Al Kurd, Fatima Ahmed Muhammad Al Kurd, Samir Rajab Muhammad Al Kurd, Zuhair Abdul Qadir Hadiwi Al Kurd, Rabah Mahmoud Abdul Razak Al Kurd, Sami Ahmed Ismail Al Kurd, Usama Ahmed Ismail Al Kurd, Muhammad Ahmed Ismail Al Kurd, Tamir Samir Rajab Al Kurd, Manal Jadallah Abdul Rauf Al Kurd, Muhammad Atif Abdul Qadir Al Kurd, Suzanne Saeed Faris Al Kurd, Mahmoud Atif Abdul Qadir Al Kurd, Ammar Muhammad Ramadan Al Kurd, Sami Samir Rajab Al Kurd, Bushra Rifat Ahmed Al Kurd, Abdul Fattah Zuhair Abdul Qadir Al Kurd, Hussam Samir Rajab Al Kurd, Imad Jamal Muhammad Al Kurd, Manar Atif Abdul Qadir Al Kurd, Muhammad Zuhair Abdul Qadir Al Kurd, Amr Adnan Al Kurd, Bisan Ahmed Muhammad Al Kurd, Nada Zuhair Abdul Qadir Al Kurd, Anas Usama Ahmed Al Kurd, Sarah Hassan Ahmed Al Kurd, Ahmed Al Qasim Zuhair Abdul Qadir Al Kurd, Ahmed Yasin Sami Ahmed Al Kurd, As'ad Usama Ahmed Al Kurd, Fatima Zahra Muhammad Ahmed Al Kurd, Rawan Hassan Ahmed Al Kurd, عبد الرحمن سامي أحمد الكرد، سماح عدنان الكرد، تقى أسامة أحمد الكرد، عبد الرحمن ياسر سعيد الكرد، مجاهد محمد أحمد الكرد، رؤى أسامة أحمد الكرد، يوسف محمد عاطف الكرد، مسلم سامي أحمد الكرد، حبيبة عبد القادر زهير الكرد، مراء محمود إسماعيل الكرد، سعيد سامي أحمد الكرد، جنى أسامة أحمد الكرد، لين عبد الفتاح زهير الكرد، يزيد أحمد عاطف الكرد، زهير عبد الفتاح زهير الكرد، جوليا فوزي سعيد الكرد، خليل العبد عبد الله شاهين، وليد عمر أحمد شاهين، جمال يوسف عبد اللطيف شاهين، نعيمة أحمد عبد الرحمن شاهين، إبراهيم نمر محمد شاهين، سامي يوسف إسماعيل شاهين، محمود عايش محمود شاهين، وفاء سعيد محمود شاهين، محمود عبد الحليم محمد شاهين، محمد عبد الله شاهين، مستغنم عبد الحليم محمد شاهين، بشرى عبد الفتاح جابر شاهين، هبة هندي حجازي شاهين، مراد وليد عمر شاهين، يوسف سامي يوسف شاهين، هيثم محمد الشاهين، مصطفى سامي يوسف شاهين، عبد الرحمن سلمان جمعة شاهين، انشراح محمود عايش شاهين، إسماعيل سامي يوسف شاهين، رحمة سعدي محمد شاهين، وردة إبراهيم عايش شاهين، ياسمين إبراهيم عايش شاهين، عبد الرحمن محمد عبد الله شاهين، هديل سامي يوسف شاهين، أزهار إبراهيم عايش شاهين، فرح محمد عبد الله شاهين، أنس محمد عبد الله شاهين،
لما سامي يوسف شاهين، أحمد محمد عبد الله شاهين، نسمة محمود عايش شاهين، يحيى سلطان زايد شاهين، طارق محمود عبد الله شاهين، عبد الله محمود عبد الله شاهين، محمد براء تيسير شاهين، محمود محمد عبد الله شاهين، علي محمود عايش شاهين، رؤى مراد وليد شاهين، رهف رامي صديق شاهين، شاهين مراد وليد شاهين، عايشة جهاد جلال شاهين، مرزوق فريج سليمان أبو جزار، جمعة سرحان خليل أبو جزار، موسى حمدان محمد أبو جزار، فريد محمد محمود أبو جزار، تقريد إسماعيل حسن أبو جزار، شيرين كامل عيسى أبو جزار، أحمد جمعة سرحان أبو جزار، ياسمين سالم حمدان أبو جزار، سلوى سميح يوسف أبو جزار، نريمان إسماعيل محمود أبو جزار، محمود جمعة سرحان أبو جزار، دعاء إبراهيم موسى أبو جزار، ربيع جمعة سرحان أبو جزار، بلال سعيد أحمد أبو جزار، عبد الرحمن سميح يوسف أبو جزار، أفنان ناجي سليمان أبو جزار، يسري سمير سليمان أبو جزار، يحيى محمود محمد أبو جزار، أحمد إبراهيم سليمان أبو جزار، إسلام محمود إبراهيم أبو جزار، أحمد أنس جمعة أبو جزار، إسلام محمد إبراهيم أبو جزار، جمعة أنس جمعة أبو جزار، فرح إبراهيم سليمان أبو جزار، دانا وليد إسماعيل أبو جزار، وليد إسماعيل أبو جزار، سما عمر حسن أبو جزار، نورة إبراهيم سليمان أبو جزار، محمد وليد إسماعيل أبو جزار، صلاح محمد صلاح أبو جزار، يامن محمد صالح أبو جزار، رؤى محمد جمعة أبو جزار، صبا عمر حسن أبو جزار، غالية محمود جمعة أبو جزار، يامن ربيعة جمعة أبو جزار، نضال ثائر أحمد أبو جزار، أحمد عمر حسن أبو جزار، عبد السلام محمود جمعة أبو جزار، شام ربيعة جمعة أبو جزار، عمر حسن أبو جزار، محمد محمود محمد أبو جزار، تيام ممدوح محمد أبو جزار، أمين سعيد محمد موسى، هيام محمود عبد الرحمن موسى، سمير سلامة علي موسى، فاتنة محمد عبد القادر موسى، رغدة نايف خالد موسى، ناصر حسني سلامة موسى، أسماء أحمد سالم موسى، شهاب صبري عبد الله موسى، إسلام خادر خالد موسى، أسماء محمود موسى، أيمن سمير سلامة موسى، أحمد جمال حسن موسى، محمد أحمد عبد الكريم موسى، عبير حسني سلامة موسى، نهيل خادر خالد موسى، صفاء جميل محمود موسى، محمد ياسر محمد موسى، أدهم سمير سلامة موسى، أمل خادر خالد موسى، ندى خادر خالد موسى، مريم محمد خميس موسى، محمد ناصر حسني موسى، يوسف ناصر حسني موسى، نعمة جواد حسني موسى، عبد الرحمن ناصر حسني موسى، جمال مصطفى جمال موسى، محمد أحمد جمال موسى، رغدة عادل محمد موسى، محمد جواد حسني موسى، سيرة حسن جمال موسى، علمة أحمد جمال موسى، يوسف حسام حسين موسى، ميلانا أيمن سمير موسى، محمد فادي دياب موسى، محمد عادل محمد موسى، فريال محمد أحمد موسى، دايمند أيمن سمير موسى، يوسف أحمد جمال موسى، بحر موسى جمال موسى، ركان حسام حسين موسى، جهاد محمد حسين الكحلوت، سهيل حسن أحمد مهندس الكحلوت، شاكر الكحلوت.
Okay, before I continue the next set of names, I just want to remind everybody that the few names that I'm going to read, they're not just names, they're people. They had dreams, hopes, aspirations, just like me and you. These are people who love life, and I want to not stay. Well, we are Palestinian. This is who we are, and I want you guys to on the list. شاكر مزروق شاخر التوت محمود الخلق هند عبد الكريم عبد الحميد فاطمة خميس عبد الخلود محمد ماهر عبد الرحمن وفاء يوسف إسعام محمود محمد حسن سهيل عبد الفتاح عزو عبد الفتاح هيا سهيل أحمد ماهر روان سامي أحمد سهيل محمود سهيل حادي سهيل عبد الرحمن سهيل حسن نور محمود يوسف رامي عبد الكريم سارة حسن راغد شاخر ملاك شاخر حازم حسن سالي حسن محمد أحمد زين الدين محمد أحمد عبد الكريم حمدي مهدي حمدي عبد بسمة عبد الرحيم أكرام حامد هناء عبد القادر جواد حسن باسل حسن ريم محمد علا محمد عمر فاطمة فوزي إسماعيل سامر هيفا سعيد دلال محمود عبد الخالد مؤمن عبد الكريم أسامة عمر We want to ask everybody to come back, to come listen. Please do not give anybody else attention. Please focus your name on the names that we are reading. It is not fair to our martyrs. Please focus your attention to the names that I am reading. Do not show them any attention. Please respect martyrs. Please do not give anybody attention. Let's focus on the names of our martyrs, please. That is why we are here today. Everybody, please come back. Okay. Ahmed Omar, Osama Omar, Wala Talal, Ahmed Samir, Hiba Nabil, Abdurrahman Samir, Miriam Samir Diab, Tasneem Bassam, Nadir Bashir, Ula Ayman, Ibrahim Samir, Sharif Ghalib, Isra Mustafa, Majid, عز الدين أحمد، محمد، كريم محمد، نور أكرم، عامر محمد، ياسمين إبراهيم، عبد الرحمن أيمن أمير، بلال محمد عمر، يوسف أحمد سمير، أحمد عبد الله أحمد، تميم عماد، هادي رامي صلاح، محمد عبد الله، آدم أيمن إسماعيل، زينة إسماعيل سامر، عائشة صلاح الدين، لارا عامر، دلاه مجد، مصعب محمود نايف، بيروت محمد عياد، سميرة محمد عمر، عز عبد العزيز، منى عبلة محمود، مسك محمود، صبر أحمد، عريف أحمد، انتصار عبد اللطيف، أيمن محمد، تمام يوسف، منى عبد الرحمن، خليد محمد محمود، محمد صالح، راغدة أحمد، أحمد صالح، محمود صالح، مازن أحمد أبو دلال، أيمن أحمد، هناء سليم، سما فايز، سمية أسعد، محمد سليمان، محمد ناصر محمد، سعيد نوفل سعيد، محمد هشام، أسماء موسى محمد، محمد موسى أحمد، حنان أحمد سليم، أحمد هشام رتيب، خلود فارس، أسماء فتحي، مريم محمد، نبيلة ناصر، مؤمن أيمن محمود، معاذ محمود نمر، يوسف موسى، مريم محمد، جهاد إبراهيم، مصرى أمين، إبراهيم هشام، محمود خميس، ريهام عمران، داليا خالد، منار محمد، باسم سعيد، سمار عبد الهي، ريم رافق صبحي عدو، هديل عبد الفتاح، نعمان إسماعيل، عطية فتحي، إيمان أحمد، سهر عبد الهي، إيمان مازن أبو دلال، محمود سمير، آية، نور أحمد، دعاء محمد، أحمد، ملاك سعيد، محمد محران، محمد أحمد صالح، رغد محمد سليمان، أحمد محمد أمين نوفل، رحف عطية النهبين، مؤيد محران أحمد، عبيد سعيد، محمد مصطفى، أحمد مصطفى، ليان محمود صلاح الدين، رمى محمد، عامر مصطفى أمين نوفل، معتز محرام أحمد أبو دال، أيوب محمد ناصر، حمزة محمود أمين، علي معتصم أمين، أريج فتحي، فادي، بلسنج أحمد، محمد فادي فتحي،
آدم فادي فتحي النبحي، زين الدين، رغد صالح، أمير سعيد، إسلام مؤمن، آمنة معتصم، بنات صالح، ريان تامر، محمود مؤمن، تمام مصطفى، أيوب محمد سليمان النبحان، تلال وليد، رؤى صالح الدين، مريم تامر فضي النبحين، مياس مؤذن أمين نوفل، فاطمة معتصم أمين نوفل، أحمد محمد أمين نوفل، son of نبيلة ناصر محمد نوفل، سادي حافظ المحلي كيشطة، خاضرة رغد ملاحي كريم، فيصل محسن محمد قشطة، إياد محمد عبد الرؤوف، إياد سعدي حافظ قشطة، رميز محمد عبد الرؤوف قشطة، هالة عمر صالح قشطة، ابتسام ناجي شهيدة قشطة، سامر محمد عبد الرؤوف قشطة، جابر سادي حافظ، جاء محمد جيب محمد قشطة، نور الهدى فيصل محسن قشطة، سحر سمير رغد قشطة، لينا خالد حافظ قشطة، دنيا محمد مصطفى قشطة، عامر محمد سادي قشطة، ليان نزمي محمد قشطة، أما ياد محمد قشطة، أميرة محمد سادي قشطة، براء إياد محمد قشطة، سادي محمد سادي قشطة، جنى ماز محمد قشطة، محمد إياد محمد قشطة، مؤمن محمد سادي قشطة، إماد رامز محمد قشطة، زينة سامد قشطة، زين سامد محمد قشطة، ميرا علي محمود قشطة، محمد سامد محمد قشطة، رامز محمد قشطة، ميرنا علي محمود قشطة، لمار علي محمود قشطة، سدرة محمد سادي قشطة، نافع أحمد قادر العادي، فاطمة محمود حسن العادي، رباب محمود محمد العادي، هاني محمود علي العادي، ريم خميس عبد العادي، عمي عطلة رحمن العادي، سيد عود العادي، إسراء خالد فارد عود العادي، شعود سالي العادي، بيفيز رحمن العادي، نديم العادي، صبرين نفيز عثمان العادي، ريماس محمود نبيل العادي، محمد عطا عبد العادي، نزار أحمد نبي أحمد عطلة عبد الرحمن الهادي، رامي عطلة العادي، نبيل العادي، آدم محمد نبيل العادي، تلين نفيز عثمان العادي، مايري عطلة سام علي نبيل العادي، زياد شادي زيد العادي، أحد مويز العادي، حالة بلال نبيل العادي، داود نفيز العادي، عامر شادي محمود حمدان، هويدا محمود خليل حمدان، أحمد أواد نبهان حمدان، محمد خليل رمضان جودة، سهيلة عبد الحميد محمد حمدان، فان صلاح أحمد حمدان، علاء خليل رمضان جودة، إسراء محمود حمدان، محمد ماهر صلاح جودة، عبير عبد السلام محمد حمدان، مؤمن محمد ديب حمدان، الزهرة إبراهيم محمد جودة، أشجان نبي عبد الحميد جودة، ميسارة كمال محمد حمدان، هبة خليل رمضان جودة، هديل كمال محمد حمدان، خالد محمد دين حمدان.
Please do not let anyone distract you. We are reading the names of our martyrs, the ones that have been killed and have been lost. We cannot ruin their memory. Please remain on the grass. Remain on the grass. Ignore it.
خالد محمد ديب حمدان، محمد عاطف عبد الوهاب حمدان، أحمد مفيد عاتا جودة، براء حليم رمضان جودة، محمد حمدان، إسلام كمال محمد حمدان، محمد سالم محمد جودة، نسمة فتحي عثمان جودة، علي وسام علي جودة، حمزة محمد كمال حمدان، مالك وسام أنوار جودة، هذا سامي عبد الكريم جودة، رؤى محمد كمال حماد، مريء تسنيم سالم محمد جودة، رهف إبراهيم رمضان جودة، سما سامي عبد الكريم جودة، تسنيم محمد كمال حمدان، هشام وسام علي جودة، غزال محمود عبد الحميد، ملاك محمد عواد حمدان، شادي رسمي حمدان، صواز كمال حمدان، عبد الحميد جودة، مريم علي جودة، شام حمدان، ماريا محمد حمدان، قصي رمضان خليل جودة، نور حازم كمال حمدان، كريم محمود عبد الحميد جودة، سيلا شادي رسمي حمدان، نهى رمضان خليل جودة، سعاد محمد جودة،
محمد عبد الله إبراهيم جودة، وادي أحمد وادي حمدان، ألمم مؤمن محمد حمدان، مسك محمد خليل جودة، بلال محمد كمال حمدان، فرحانة موسى إبراهيم أبو ناجة، سامي سليمان محمود أبو ناجة.
هدى حسين محمود أبو نجا، حسني أحمد محمد، محمود محمد، طيب أسعد حمدان، كرم إبراهيم إسماعيل، غادة عبد القادر أحمد، محمد سامي سليمان، محمد حسني أحمد، محمد إبراهيم محمد، أحمد حسين سليمان، نسرين أحمد حسين. The family. The list continues with the same last name. Siham Sami Sulaiman, Lama Hussein Sulaiman, Osama Sami Sulaiman, Misk Sami Sulaiman, Batul Husni Ahmed, Maryam Husni Ahmed, Aya Husni Ahmed, Mustafa Hammam Hamdan, Khalid Ramzi Sami, Zakaria Husni Ahmed, Sulaiman Muhammad Hussein, Sami Ramzi Sami, Isa Husni Ahmed, Huda Muhammad Ismail, Habiba Sulaiman Sami, Elaine Muhammad Sami, Muhammad Mahmoud Ahmed, Sulaiman Rabah محمود عبد الفتاح محمد عواد، كملة سعيد محمد أحمد، خديجة محمد أحمد أحمد، مروان نومن رباح حبوش، نادية إيزو محمد عواد، ابتسام أرسلان سليم حبوش، رازق محمد نمر الحاس، هدى إبراهيم حماد أحمد، هاني إبراهيم سليم المدهون، حامد سليمان يونس عواد، عبد الناصر محمد عبد الرحمن عواد، صباح دياب حسن أبو عودة، جهاد محمد عبد الرحمن عواد، سميرة فؤاد حسن المدهون، خالد خليل حسن أبو عودة، سلوى موسى إبراهيم زروب، خالدية رجاح علي عواد، جمالات خليل محمد زروب، سوزان عباس محمد أبو عواد، فضل مصطفى محمد الحاسي، وسام محمد إبراهيم أبو عواد، حاتم صبحي حسن عواد، أحمد يوسف عبد الجابر عواد.
All right, thank you everyone for coming today. If you noticed, someone tried to start a fight. I just want to take this minute to remind you, do not allow people to distract you. Today, we spent the last part of our protest reading the names of those that were killed. We need to give them their proper memory. When you leave this protest, I'm going to read some phone numbers for you to call. Call your congressman, like Bill Pascrell. Call your representatives. Tell them that we are against this, but don't engage with people that don't deserve your time or your energy. If you want to take out your phone numbers and read the number for Congressman Bill Pascrell is 973-523-5152. If you want the number for all your representatives, if you don't live here, wherever you live, and all the petitions that you can sign and action items that you can do, text Free Palestine to 833-648-0391. I want to remind everyone to please go home and do these actions. Do not let anyone to distract you. And I want to say the number one more time if you didn't have your phone out. Text Free Palestine, no space, to 833-648-0391. 833-648-0391. The number for Congressman Bill Pascrell's office, one more time, to call it, and I want you to do that tomorrow because they should be they're probably closing now. 973-523-5152. And I'm gonna hand it off to Rania.
So I just want to say that we're here today, but it should be mandatory every day. Once you wake up, or once you have a lunch break, or once before they close at 5, call Congressman Pascrell. Not once, not twice, every single day until we see a ceasefire, until we see a free Palestine. Every single day. That's the least you can do. It's 2 minutes. It's not even 30 seconds. You can get done, put your comment, I'm voting for a ceasefire. That's it. Every day. Every day. Do I have that commitment from everybody? Every day. Thank you.